It doesn't matter if you rank #1 on Google, if ChatGPT then in the meantime recommends your competitor instead of you. The future of visibility and of search is changing, and you need to adapt your approach in order to be recommended everywhere. Let's say someone finds you on Google or is looking for a solution on Google. You pop up first, but then they try to verify it in ChatGPT, or they need to have a conversation, find different information, and either A, you're nowhere to be found, or B, your competitor is recommended, or C, you get negative reviews and your sentiment about your brand is really bad. So this video, I'll discuss 10 AI SEO tools that you're probably not using right now, but you should be using. And a little disclaimer, I won't go over all the tools. I'll just help you with your selection. So of course, I'm from Rank Zero. I'm Niels, founder of Rank Zero. So I have probably a little bit of a bias. I'll try and give you the tools to decide what is the best AI SEO tool for me, what is my situation, and how can I find an AI SEO tool that works. What do I need to focus on, and how can I use it? So I would say the landscape is changing quite rapidly, and there's quite a big divide in agencies and people if you should only focus on SEO or only focus on AI SEO, or if there's a transition taking place. It's quite hard to say. I would say we're also not completely sure yet. From my perspective, I think doing SEO is going to help your AI SEO anyway. There will be a really big difference in reporting though, and in tracking. Maybe a little bit in content as well, but I think the change will be smaller. Also because a lot of content is going to be AI generated. So yeah, I would try and find a balance between all of this, but be sure to test a lot, right? Because you want to for sure know what's going to impact AI search, and then you want to find a way to measure it, because what gets measured gets improved. So yeah, so I would say with this transition, you need to have a way to upgrade your toolkit. I think a lot of tools, they're quite well known and they're making a change, but I think the difference here is that their foundation is so different. It's so focused on keywords and on websites, and I think there's a shift happening that is only focused on AI models, users, and personas. So everything is more personalized. You can see it as well in software. We're transitioning to AI agents, which is more personalized, adaptive, and yeah, you need to do this in SEO as well. I have here a stat that 60% of marketers are already piloting AI. So they're testing new tools, finding new strategies. And it's all because these blue links, they don't exist so much anymore. You have them, but first, I mean, we can test it ourselves. If we even Google best SEO tools, well, those are my ads. Then first we get sponsored results. Then we get the AI overview. Sometimes these are, I think, interchanged as well. So we get here a massive AI overview. This is basically already the entire SERP ranking. Then you can dive deeper with AI mode. And then here you have some links. You have about, here you even have 3 links. Then we go into videos. So this is a lot of real estate on the page. I'm gonna move myself to the other side of the screen. Then we go into related products. We have 1 link randomly here. We go into discussions and forums. This is the reason that Quora and Reddit were doing so well, because they always took a lot of real estate in the ranking pages. Then we have some links and then more sponsored results. And I would say people, they don't move from this page, right? There's more pages, but who clicks to the next page? Not many people. So, and these smaller links, no one they don't stand out as much. You basically need to be in the AI overview, or yeah, that's it. Or you need to have a video. But these normal blue links, they don't really exist anymore, right? People are using Perplexity or ChatGPT or Google AI. You can check our YouTube channel for how to rank in ChatGPT, where we dive deeper into this. But I would say for now, let's focus on how do you do this shift as a marketer, because a lot of these tools that you see around here, they are selling an AI tool on top of what they already had. So even you can see Bing right now is doing AI visibility performance, like so my other account. So even Bing is now doing AI visibility performance in basically their search console, or for them it's called webmasters. And there is like the shift is gonna happen. So I would say for all of these tools, we divided it into 3 categories. We have basically the traditional SEO tools, and then we have the content engines, and then we have like more visibility tools. So you have SEO, content, and then more like in the category that we're gonna look at, like actual AI SEO tools that track visibility, brand sentiment, etc. The thing with the traditional SEO tools is that they're basically expanding what they already had. So Ahrefs, for example, they have a lot of data, but they have built from a keyword perspective. So they sell their, I think it's called Brand Monitor or something, Brand Radar. They sell this on top, but what we hear from agencies right now is that they use Ahrefs a lot, but it's only for traditional SEO. So for regular SEO tools, and to like check domains, check backlinks, check organic keywords. But if you really want to track prompts, so what's really happening inside AI search, Ahrefs might not be the best way, because they're so backlink and keyword focused. SE ranking is also selling AI search add-on, but it is like basically a completely different tool as well, and it's not integrated into the existing tool. So the core is different, and visibility is like a thing on the side. Mangles, I've used it in the past, but this is about 8 years ago. It was a keyword tool. I haven't heard so much from them since. And then advanced web ranking, I've heard of it, but it's not very user friendly, like, let's be honest. But I have heard of people using them. So if you want to check it out yourself, of course, like, be my guest. Yeah. So this is more from an SEO perspective. If we look at the content perspective, which is also quite important, of course, for SEO, a big part of SEO is content, on-page content. Then we basically have another couple tools which help you write content. So this is things such as Server or Write Sonic. They help you like find a title, find a keyword, optimize for it. And I think some of these have also included like AI SEO tracking and stuff, but it's again an afterthought. Like Server was created to create SEO content, and it does rank for SEO, but the goal in this case is to be cited and mentioned in AI search. And this is kind of a black box still. So a lot of agencies, they're currently focused on tracking and analytics rather than creating so much content. It's a lot about optimizing content, changing the headers, changing the structure data, optimizing technicals for AI search. This I think is kind of missing from these tools. I think Ali focus a little bit more on that, but I haven't heard so many people using them, for creating content. But I mean, in the end, we want to optimize for ChatGPT. So this is more like a text content generation thing. And then when it comes to category 3, this is all about visibility. So this is more about what I mentioned before, prompt tracking, like user personas, all these nuances around brand sentiment, how AI search talks about you, and kind of the new wave of AI SEO, or the new wave of SEO, and bridging this gap between content and how does it perform in AI search. The ultimate goal here is, of course, I would say the North Star metric is visibility. So this should be your main KPI, in how many of the prompts that you're tracking do you show up. And secondly, your share of voice. So compared to your industry, what is your share of voice? Like, how big of a pie do you have in AI search? This is, I would say, where I can quickly go into the tool, and I'll show you how we do like the prompt tracking and industry ranking, and what it looks like to run prompts and have the sources there. When it comes to tracking user prompts, Rank Zero does it like this. We have 4 main metrics. Of course, the main KPI is visibility that I talked about before. So this is for the brand VO.com, which is like a competitor of Expedia, Booking.com to find hotels. They have 2.8% visibility. So they show up in 2.8% of the prompts that we're tracking. Not the best. And then 0.9% visibility in the market. You can see bigger companies like Expedia and Booking.com, they take up almost a fifth of the entire industry in AI search. So for every 1 in 5 prompts, AI search recommends them. And also when it comes to citations, they stand out a lot. Booking.com even more. So 230 citations in 14 days, and Expedia only 153. I mean, on 2 domains. So actually, they're not doing so bad. But VO is like not cited at all. So this means that even though they probably have quite a good visibility on Google, in the blue links, they don't have content or pages that are citable by AI or that gets mentioned on AI search. And this is really what you want to know. Like, do I get mentioned? Do I get cited? And then if so, how do I get mentioned? And like, does it drive traffic? I don't have access to their Google Analytics, but this will show in the end AI traffic or like traffic coming from a search and broken down per model. And then basically we give insights per day and per week on what is happening. So, I mean, these are Dutch prompts, but it's, for example, interesting to see where are competitors ranking, and where could you also try and optimize. So for these prompts, there's competitors already, but you're not showing up. So what we can do here is figure out how are these competitors ranking, what are they writing, what pages are they making, and how do they get cited. And then we basically not copy it, but we get inspired. We use our own data, we use our own info to share for them. All of this is gathered basically in a performance tab. So here we get the industry ranking of all the competitors. You can see Expedia has 56% visibility. So that's a great competitor to track and to learn from. We run the different prompts per country. So different languages, different country, different LLMs. Every country and every language has, of course, a different visibility because they're also all different personas. We tailor it to these personas as well. Generate one for you live right here. For example, frequent leisure traveler. And now our prompts will take this persona into account. So what do they want? Find affordable quality accommodations quickly. Their age level 35 to 34, college graduate, and their pain points is to find hotels across multiple sites. This is why they use VO, and this is how VO can show up in AI. So let's save it for later. Can always be useful. This is where we can add multiple competitors or figure out which ones were suggested. For example, TUI could be interesting for us to check. We can figure out how do they actually show up and are they actually a competitor of ours? Then we have the analysis of the traffic and in the end of the sources as well. So this can be quite interesting. I would say this relates a lot to backlinks in SEO, to analyze where are citations coming from, what kind of source is it, and like, do I need a page like it or do I need to be mentioned on the page? For example, Expedia could be a page that we're gonna look at to also include on VO.com. Same for hotelspecials.nl or momondo.nl. These are all like frequently cited pages, like 5% is quite a lot. And the same we can do for domains actually, like really figure out what domains are mostly cited and why is that. In the end, what Rank Zero helps a lot with, in my opinion, are these audits, because they just take away all of the technical headache basically from you, and we show like how do you rank on certain factors. So how do you rank from a technical point of view? How do you rank from a content quality point of view? And what are your AI SEO ranking factors like? So we break that down for you, and then you have something to optimize right there. And lastly would be, especially for AI SEO, would be your structured data. So that is what we do right here. I don't want to like super pitch Rank Zero here for you. I just want to say what is important in your AI SEO tool. So yeah, from a breakdown point of view, I would say that's it. We want to show you what sources are feeding the AI. So if you look for an AI SEO tool, find a tool that can break down the sources per chat. It can figure out what are or how are specific users searching in AI and what does AI tell them. It should work, I think, for different countries, different languages per LLM. So this is like a really big thing, of course. Perplexity in the US or ChatGPT in Japan or ChatGPT in US, Perplexity in Japan is all different. So these tracking need to be tailored as well to your situation. And this is why there's this new wave of AI SEO and why there's a new wave of tools, because the foundations have changed. And I would say that is a nice ending quote. If I can't find you, your customers won't either. So make sure that you are part of this shift. You track the right things. And if you have any questions, like I'll help you for free, LinkedIn, just reach out to me or book a call with us and see if this is right for you. Anyway, like and subscribe to our channel. And I'm very happy to have you and that you stuck around to the end. And I'll see you in the next video.